Volatility and volume have started to drop, and as a consequence, Bitcoin has entered a short time frame horizontal consolidation. We're going to go ahead and discuss what this consolidation means for Bitcoin in a smaller time frame, how it can translate to a larger time frame, and what are the chances that we're still going to see that short-term correction toward the downside. Let's go ahead and jump into today's video. Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning into today's video. We're going to go ahead and discuss Bitcoin today. And of course, Bitcoin has seen a little bit of consolidation over the last 24 hours, actually developing what we would call a horizontal consolidation zone. This is price action that bounces between, like a ping pong ball, two sides. We have a resistance side and a support side. Generally, both of these areas are represented by horizontal ranges, not our trend lines. We are in a horizontal consolidation. We have seen a fairly decent reaction from that support zone, a small little bounce in a smaller time frame, and we're going to discuss what this means, in particular what this structure means, and what are the probabilities of a continuation upwards, of course, breaking through the 21,600 trigger, or a continuation downwards, breaking through this 20,600 trigger toward the downside. So before we get into today's video, smash the like button, hit the comment button, and subscribe to the channel. We do daily technical analysis videos focusing on Bitcoin, of course, focusing on the traditional markets, and of course, so much more. You can also find us on Telegram. The second link down below. You've got access to all of our charts, analysis, videos, information, and everything you need to navigate the markets. Only the most relevant, important information is posted here. You can also join our Telegram channel. This is our VIP channel where we have daily trading signals, analysis, altcoin analysis, exclusive trades, like we said. Everything has exact entries, targets, stop losses, and so much more. You can find all of our track records and results in the free channel. Let's go ahead and dive into the video today. And as always, guys, we'll start off with market data. For the week, we've had our third green week for Bitcoin. Great to see, currently up 27.3%. Like we said, we are struggling within this zone for the last 5 to 6 days now. We are starting to see volume and volatility decrease, a 4% range, quite large in comparison to what we've seen over the last few months when we've been in these horizontal ranges. But in terms of the volatility and volume in comparison to what we've seen over the last couple weeks, this is definitely a significant decrease, and therefore we are starting to see this consolidation appear. Nevertheless, guys, we are actually seeing our 24-hour volume drop down by 50%, so we are down to 57 billion. We are also seeing liquidations drop down by 80%. So again, liquidations indicating volume, indicating volatility, all of these components are actually falling. We can see that in the last 24 hours to 48 hours, we did see a lot of longs liquidated on the crash toward the downside, and since then it's been a quite even spread of shorts and longs, but no major liquidations occurring whilst we remain within these two support and resistance levels. Before we get into any more things about Bitcoin, let's talk about the broader markets and then we'll come back to it. So the DXY, guys, is still in exactly the same pattern it has been in for the last couple days, and that is, of course, the descending channel formation. This, of course, is a bullish reversal pattern. We do expect some degree of a break towards upside. According to statistics, there's about a 67 to 73% probability that the DXY will break upwards according to the current structure we are in. Now, here's the thing, guys. The DXY is heavily influenced by news events, and therefore it can be completely invalidated, or it could execute much faster than expected depending on news events and when they are released and the result of these news events. So I always say with the DXY, don't take the TA to heart. Keep yourself aware of the important zones, such as when we have rising channels. This is an expansion pattern. This is, of course, a bearish reversal pattern. We broke down the rising channel. We continue in a downtrend until we reverse. The news events can trigger the moves, but the points at which those moves continue is all based on the structures and key support and resistance levels, which we'll define doing TA. So TA is very relevant. Of course, as the DXY rises, we generally start to see the total cryptocurrency market cap decrease. We also generally see the traditional markets decrease. However, over the last few weeks, we are starting to see Bitcoin depeg a little bit more from the currency, the US dollar. So the strength of US dollar, DXY in particular, we are starting to see a little bit more of a discrepancy in that correlation coefficient from about 70% coming down into the mid 60s. So that is obviously good for Bitcoin. It does support the fact that we are nearing, or at least at the bottom, and potentially getting ready for our 4-year cycle bull run in a few months. So moving on, the Dow Jones, guys, obviously crashing like a rock. Like we said yesterday, we have lost some major supports here. We are now back within the support range. We do have one final chance over here to find a decent amount of support, which is going to be this local low over here at 33,000. Losing that is going to result in a continuation towards the downside, looking at 32,000 for the target. I don't see a scenario over here where the short-term bounces. It doesn't look ideal. I think I'd definitely be a little bit cautious over here on the Dow Jones, definitely waiting for these local highs to break before you look for any entries towards the upside. S&P 500, exactly the same thing, looking a little bit better because we are still within that support range over here. Again, this uptrending support line is the level I've been looking at. We also do have this horizontal support over here. I would also be looking at that level. Any sort of rejection from here will result in a strong continuation towards the downside. But again, if we are able to clear these local highs, we will be looking for swings upwards into the $4,300 level. Moving on, guys, our government bonds are losing the 50 EMA on the 3-day charts. We're seeing 10-year and the 2 years starting to break down from their respective support levels. Of course, the 2-year is in some degree of a falling wedge structure. Again, this could be potentially indicative of a reversal coming for the 10-year and 2-year government bonds, which could result in, of course, Bitcoin continuing towards the downside. So definitely something to keep in mind over there. Let's go ahead and jump into Bitcoin, and we'll start off with the short-term time frame. So, excuse me. What are we seeing over here? We're seeing a horizontal consolidation. Now, like we said already, horizontal consolidations are generally neutral patterns, meaning there's about an equal 50-50 chance that we break towards the upside as to we break towards the downside. Generally, the direction in which the break occurs is the direction in which the price continues. And we don't mean a wick, we don't mean a wick, we mean a full candle close. So we're looking at a 4-hour candle, okay? A 4-hour candle close above our 21,500 level will be indication that we are going to see a continuation upwards into the $22,500 to $24,000 range, okay? Keep that in mind. The continuation upwards will trigger upon a 4-hour candle close above 21,500, okay? On the flip side, we can say exactly the same thing for the downside, guys. A 4-hour candle close below 20,600 will result in a continuation toward the downside, the lower targets being 20,100 and 19,500, guys. So keep it nice and simple. There is literally zero need to overcomplicate it. Right now, we're in a horizontal consolidation. Watch for the zones, watch for the triggers, and capitalize when those triggers actually take place. So from a structural standpoint, we've identified what we're looking at. From a technical standpoint, guys, we are kind of here and there. Like I said, we are displaying a lot of indecision. The volatility is starting to drop, the volume is starting to drop, the moving averages are starting to curve around. We are bouncing between support and resistances. So we are going to see these moving average based indicators basically show us indecision. So what we're looking at here is we're looking at momentum indicators. Momentum indicators such as the RSI over here did suggest we are actually breaking towards the upside. We do have a positive shift in momentum. This could be potentially leading or indicating a continuation upwards. What we do need to see now is let's check it on a higher time frame. So of course, we do have a declining RSI over here. It potentially did reset. We did actually break down from the RSI over here, which indicated a potential and eventual rejection, which we did see. So the RSI on the larger time frame has actually potentially reset here. Let's go ahead and back to that smaller time frame and see what we're looking at over here. So smaller time frame, we do have some degree of a rising trend line on RSI. We'll be looking at a reaction at this trend line over here for the next immediate move. Obviously, breaking down from this trend line could result and will most likely result in a retest of the support zone, where we do run the risk of rejecting and continuing through this level and back toward the downside. Okay, guys, so do keep your eyes on these smaller time frame momentum indicators, particularly when we do start moving between tighter ranges. It's very, very hard to say with absolute certainty what is going to happen between these ranges, nor is it actually very important, because the moves between these ranges, unless you're scalp trading a very small time frame, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, okay, it is quite irrelevant to what happens here. Because the big move, the moves that we care about, the directional moves that we care about, are going to occur either upon a breakdown over here or a break upwards over here, and therefore either we're looking to position here with a stop loss on either side depending on your bias, and at the moment I would suggest neither, or looking for entries upon validations of shorts towards the downside upon breaking, or longs towards the upside upon breaking upwards. So guys, keep it objective. Remember, sometimes the best decision is no decision. Sometimes you do have to be patient and just wait for the market to give you opportunities, and this is exactly that moment, okay? Wait for the consolidation to end, develop a plan in the meantime, look at the charts, have the points on watch the charts you were looking for, wait for it to trigger, and then take action. Now, another thing I want to take a look at is the RSI, guys, on the larger time frame. We're looking for an honest, reliable, and accurate exchange that you can trust to trade on. Go ahead and sign up to Bitget with the link down below and join myself and all of our other VIP members and other members who trade on Bitget daily. There's a whole range of benefits and features you can actually get by trading on Bitget. These include no government regulations, meaning you can sign up from anywhere in the world. There's no KYC, 0% trading fees on spot, massively reduced trading fees on futures. It's one of the lowest in the game. And most importantly, access to their protection fund. In case the exchange gets hacked, you can actually get reimbursed for your funds, so you can ensure your funds are safe. Now, most importantly, if you do sign up with the link down below, that first link, you'll get access to 2 additional features. These include access to a reward center where you can get up to $4,163 in rewards, and access to the MegaWhale exclusive referral link, bonus discounts. Every other month we do bonus campaigns. We get up to 10% off your trading fees, or even you get a percentage of your trading fees refunded to your account as USDT. Essentially, you get paid to be on the exchange. That's enough, guys. We'll get back into the video. The weekly chart, we broke towards the upside. We had that breakout on the RSI over here, the long-term descending, diagonal resistance over here on RSI. We broke upwards, which gave us the momentum, that positive shift in momentum, which kind of propelled us towards the upside. And obviously that was very bullish, having that incredibly bullish shift in momentum. But, and it's a big but, the next level of resistance we're looking at is going to be this local high on RSI. Now, as we already know, RSI is a derivative of price, so it represents volume, volatility, velocity, and speed of price action. So it doesn't necessarily reflect the price action, like on a histogram, but it represents it in some other derivative, okay? So what are we looking at for a continuation upwards? Well, we do need macro momentum to continue upwards through major resistances, and the next level of resistance over here on RSI, or point of which the momentum will shift, is going to be the 52.83 on the RSI. As you can see already, we are currently sitting just underneath that level on the 7-day, and we do have the Bitcoin price action rejecting from a near local high, and therefore at the moment this level is still very, very strong resistance. Breaking through, however, a 4-hour candle on the smaller time frame could potentially expand into the 7-day and daily, breaking through these horizontal trigger points on the RSI that could potentially lead to a continuation upwards. Now, the reason I'm saying potentially, not guaranteed, is was absolutely nothing else guaranteed, but I deem that a 4-hour close above this level has favorable risk return for a long, as then take it now, okay? So I do believe if we do close a 4-hour candle above these levels, clear these highs, the probability that we do continue upwards to the next resistance range is likely going to be quite high, due to the fact that the longer we remain under strong resistances and consolidate, we do have this increase in pressure, and generally when we break that resistance, a surge of volume and volatility rush in the market, and that generally propels the price upwards relatively quickly, exactly as we have seen multiple times in the past. We've seen that during this period of here. We had a long-standing consolidation range over here. Okay, horizontal consolidation. We broke upwards, we consolidated, we exploded quite fast. Exactly the same thing can occur even on smaller time frames, such as what we are seeing here. Okay, so looking at the macro, breaking through this level, okay, on the 7-day will be a very strong trigger that we're going to continue upwards on the macro scale, taking us, 23,000, 24,000. And again, if we do break through 24,000, we could potentially be looking at 30,000. Necessarily, this will not happen over a few weeks. This could definitely take an extended period of time. Now, while that resistance remains, and whilst we remain under an RSI, you do need to have some degree of bearish bias. We do need to be expecting some degree of a pullback and a breakdown, and therefore we are not taking long positions yet. Okay, we've already taken a lot of longs. We're long the entire way up. We caught this entire rally up 100, 400, 500% altcoin trades. Okay, but right now we are sitting patiently in an indecisive range, deciding and waiting for those triggers to tell us what to do, and we'll follow the charts. Okay, so wait for those breakdowns. As breakdowns occur, we do have our targets. Wait for the breakup. If the breakup occurs, we do have our targets. Watch the larger time frame, guys, to tell you how the charts are looking, to tell you how the strength of a trend is looking, and to tell you where the momentum is. Okay. Momentum drives price. If you look at what happened over here, even on the RSI on the 7-day chart, we did actually have that breakout of the RSI relatively soon before we had that breakout of the falling wedge over here. In fact, we actually had that a whole week prior. Look at where we broke out. We broke out on this candle over here. Look at where the expansionary, the move came out from. It came out on the next candle. So the RSI generally is leading in terms of what is going to occur, because price moves on momentum. Even if you look at the 4-hour chart over here on the RSI, look at where the RSI broke down, okay, in comparison to where the price broke down. So we're going to go ahead and draw that trend line in. I'll show you on a vertical trend line. Look at where the RSI broke down. It broke down over here. Okay, look at where the price broke down. The price broke down up over here. Okay, ended up dropping about 3.5%. So look at the RSI, it broke down. It signals that we're going to see some degree of rejection in the future, most likely as bearish momentum has kicked in. We've lost that bullish strength. We wait for a structural break, okay, and then we enter. So looking at the weekly, if we break through this trend line here, we have a momentum shift, okay, wait for a structural break on a larger time frame, and then you can enter. It is very likely to continue upwards. I'm going to leave the video, guys. If you've got any questions, leave them down below. And my voice is kind of here and there today, so I haven't been talking too loud. I think I've got some kind of chest infection. I'm not entirely sure right now. But before I leave you guys, check out the Crypto Academy. It's going to be the email down below. We do a Crypto Academy course. It's a trading course. It's 10 units. It teaches you guys how to analyze charts, how to trade, and everything you need to know is on the website. So I highly recommend checking it out and sending us an email if you want some more information. That being said, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.